I remember the exact day, August 16th of 2013. It was the day I had the most severe identity crisis of my life to date, but it was also the first day of the rest of my life. I had just been cut from the University of Minnesota drumline. I'd been practicing all spring and summer since my decision to attend the U. My parents had flown me to Minnesota for 4 days to stay with a stranger so I could try out, but that isn't why being cut hurt so much. It was because this was the last piece of my identity that I had. I was losing everything. My relationship of 2.5 years was falling apart because of the distance between our two schools. Everyone I'd ever known was going off to new places. For the first time in 16 years, my best friend Zach and I would not be going to the same school. And my competitive hockey career was over. The one thing I expected to remain the same was drumline. And now that was gone too. So I went outside and sat down outside the rehearsal room and cried. A man came and sat next to me. He put his arm around me and said, "Pal, you can't leave." It was Brandon Folks, the drum major of the band and the man who would let me live in his house the past 4 days. "Have you ever played a tuba?" he said. I looked at him and said, "No." To which he smiled and said, "Well, this is going to be fun." The rest is history. I became a tuba with zero brass experience and was taken in as if I'd been playing my whole life. So began my rookie marching band season in a Big Ten band, learning an entirely new instrument after having no experience with any sort of instrument whatsoever besides the drums. And I was immediately accepted into this family of 320 band members and a tuba section of 21. Brandon became both a brother and a mentor to me, and the band became my safety net on the campus. I never had fear in anything I did after that day because I knew whatever happened, that band would always be there for me. We keep coming back to band camp, which we call Spat Camp, every year, not for the band, but for the network of amazing people it has provided us. This next year will mark the 123rd Pride of Minnesota, along with the 61st drum major. The band leaves a permanent mark on all it touches and brings all of its members into one big family. One big family that has gone through the same sort of seasons together. They all know what it's like. They all know what you're doing, and they all know how hard it is, and you all have that in common. As our director Dr. Deem always said, the band doesn't become part of your life. You become part of the band's life.